I love the snow. It's so beautiful and peaceful. And I can have snowball fights with the Kuhenki. Let's begin.
Yeah, chọn câu rồi. Nhâm vậy mà ngày ta, về anh lô chơi mà. Okay, so now we're back. Là dân activate này mũi tiết. Em cho nhau set vào primary resource. Thời minimize duration meaning tịnh đời chân tay. Cái thời xăm cháy. Là đến mũi tiết. Okay.
Let's begin.
That's good, that's good. Ảnh cho pin này kìa. Trong qua phón không về pai sắp bây giờ. Unlimited cái sắp. Refinement 3. What? Giờ lúc mà passive bây giờ bây giờ người ta nhung upper traveler để dẫn tới passive ở ban cá bạch khoa lấy lấy một ca xin nhưng mà còn lại ban là tiếp cá về toàn regen không bập cả toàn regen như mơ nịp vĩnh. What about artifacts? Biết phở tà nắng sót tết nó ngay dương và ấy xem về ban anh nhọt miền mong sro artifact giờ ai lì lòng việc bán là lợi dụng farm mà đi talent material xây à nè mà đây nè đi chung vị ghế cái light chở nó mọi bài sắp mối light chứ phải thêm Uma Musume mà đấy không hướng bản thân là mũi đang chơi beta đấy DC Club
Shadow of darkness.
Flame. Stay high. Like it or love it. As you like it.
The sky clear, the glaze moon shines. Light the dust. Light the dust.
tàn đấy nhưng mà em origin đâu mới thời dùng từ ca racing phải làm tên là từ ca racing quay vô đi như tiếp quay boss làm sai nữa ai bao giờ đi xe đây okay we're two more
Be gone, Shadow darkness! Go get him!
A new moon rises. Coming in hot! As you like.
Divine light, shield them! Smite the dust!
One more.
Light compels you! You got this!
Wayne.
The sky's clear, the glazed moon shines! Smite the dust!
Oh, that talent upgrade reference. That thời ca skill. Nhậu khả năng trong về dương lên e chọn cho những tụi vay cũng khá là statue đi nhọn đăng ra thợ ba mà hai chuyện dương thời lên story về chấn là lợi dương the claim daily xin á claim daily hơi lên icon quest hơi chầm díu màu và mày audit to.
Thank you for...
So here nó plan ngày nắng. Head to the Shinashinagrad, which mùi sấy nó nhom nó ăn chua việc đa cho này.
What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vetcha?
Vetcha? Okay.
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's go inside.
Please
But ta còn là color scheme ở original luôn. Bỏ bê tông nó ở original thôi. Ở bê tông ní anh ấy bê tông liên mùi xo nên chấn bị tranh móc qua nè. Bây giờ make color vậy. Những chuyện là bê tông liên mùi liền.
In summary,
Oh,
the energy
the
management
rooster.
commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal
DPM.
show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
Nhưng mà ta Russo mấy nó cứ để chập chai cục rong khang politics suốt mà. Hay Pantalone này với khang financial. Why does it keep getting noisier in here?
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up.
And why you acting so chummy?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Yêu thương một.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss,
Nãy giờ
we
đừng
will
coi
then
nè.
proceed to a vote on
Bây
this
giờ
motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now.
Okay, it's been said many times. Recent surveys show that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than average civilian family in Snezhnograd. So, survey mà dạ khỏi nó về tha bộ Fatui cô xa bộ Fatui nó về bàn 15% ទៅជាង crystal ទៅជាងប្រជាជនក្នុងគ្រួសារទូទៅនៅ Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it's bear repeat now. There's need to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is located, or we will soon face immense public backlash. ចឹងយើងត្រូវការអាចឆែកនិយាយថាអញ្ចឹងគឺយើងត្រូវការបញ្ចេញ report ឲ្យច្បាស់លាស់ដើម្បីឲ្យប្រជាជនឲ្យ public ទៅអានឹងហៅស្អីទៅ public ឲ្យបានឃើញថាតា crystal ហ្នឹងវាទៅណាខ្លះអញ្ចឹងណាកុំឲ្យមានការប្រឆាំងមានការបះបោរអីចឹង
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out one. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In real world, fairness is relative. Cả bạn bạn trẻ lệ cứ vì miền là nơi cầm lừa cả đại mà tay nơi bị phục bật bánh cứ thường mới ai được bị phê đấy là nắng vì này hay.
You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuja continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support?
I think Shah raised some issue that need address. On the contrary, I'm only one here bring solution. In case you are unaware, not one shall be publishing with the projects to check that you are not.
The people have spoken. Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It had to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So, surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Yeah, let's
Mr.
see the
Pantalone,
data
May I
first.
speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelex still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
Where did you get a call from? And who is Lil?
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lilik, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against?
Hard to say, I suspect there are more to his story.
Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return.
Vesna mùi đang chết tranh bạn ơi, hai chị version rồi.
The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Sviet Lolaidovka's report, And although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers. Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha in the company of a most charming young lady. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got it?
The remaining discussion cover everything from energy to healthcare, technology, and industry. All parties take the opportunity to express their stand on Project Studio. You ignore Mironova as she carried on writing her sensationalist report, but after a while you start to fear that reading the news from her might actually be more interesting than being here in person.
Now then, if there are no further contributions
True.
from those present, we
She like
shall
to
proceed to the
exaggerate
final
things
vote.
to make it more interesting. That's how the new writer people do.
Hey, check it out!
អ្នកប៉ែមួយស្អីគេ top fan
What
មួយ
made
នេះ
him vote against? Why now?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The
Yeah.
margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelik is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelik strikes again.
Yes, go, Lelik. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already!
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuja will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, may I remind us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
ប្រហែលជាបើកក្តីលើកក្រោយរៀងតឹងសៃកជាងហ្នឹងរៀង hit ជាងហ្នឹងដោយសារvote កាន់តែ close ទៅអញ្ចឹងទៅមានអ្នក debate ច្រើនទេបាទ
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukanov to vote against. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuja is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit.
This explains it a lot.
I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far.
Got it. So for him, it's a choice between reusing production and stop entirely.
Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair.
And now,
Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuja. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work with. But now, he's already voted against it, which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else who flipped.
you mean Lilac?
Yeah, no one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stuja, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuja. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
Oh, right. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head out?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir.
Want to find out his true identity? It's okay if I study around.
Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandronic?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lelik, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let her in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
So now you enter investigate
One common thread
Lilac.
among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time, so they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet.
Are you saying even you couldn't pull it off?
Careful, don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability. but few would have the motive.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me. Oh, you hit me right where it hurts. I'll admit, he's strong and meticulous. But can we at least limit this to candidates who have something to do with Snezhnaya?
She's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Let's take it down a notch too. How about the
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when. So she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuja?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back yet. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuja. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuja, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette.
Oh, even you didn't know about this?
Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui.
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up.
Yeah.
That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out.
So, Signora actually wanted to mend her relationship with it.
Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long ago.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
So now our main suspect is Odette. Odette អាចចូលជា imposter អញ្ចឹងបន្លំខ្លួនធ្វើការឲ្យពួក Lelik. So now we have to lay low. And យើងទៅហៅ Paimon វិញមិនយល់ Paimon.
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette.
មានអារម្មណ៍ Genshin វាចាប់ផ្ដើមនៅណាថារៀងឲ្យយើងរៀនធ្វើអីអត់មាន Paimon នៅជាមួយ វាធ្វើឲ្យយើងរៀនបែកខ្លួនចេញពី Paimon វាអាចទៅមុខទៀតទៅគឺយើងលេងអត់មាននៅមួយ Paimon ទៀតទេអញ្ចឹងដែរតែបានចាប់ពីចូល Snare នេះភ្លាមគេពលិតគ្នាយើងមួយ Paimon តែយើងអាចនៅយើងទៅជួប Paimon នេះបានតែគាត់ Paimon ដើរតាមយើងមួយយើងដូចមុនហ្នឹងជួយនិយាយជួយអីយើងអត់បានដូចមុនទេហើយអាចទៅមុខទៀតយើងមួយ Paimon គេไปแพร่ឲ្យយើងគេដក Paimon ចេញយើងម្ដងតិចម្ដងតែយើង used to អារម្មណ៍ហ្នឹងក៏បើគេដកយើងពប់ទៅភ្លាមទៅវាធ្វើឲ្យអាកាសវាអីយ៉ាងទៅ Could be easier said than done.
Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has her reasons. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, you know, heavy-handed? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, she could have gone further, but she didn't. So, if it is her, she's got some principles at least.
I want to bring her too.
Yeah! Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead. No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could be there with you so we could experience it all together.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things.
Cho phải lời vậy đừng
Never
bọt.
mind.
Vậy đi AI.
Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
Nhập emotion thôi.
If Odette is Lelek, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding?
It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about this intention. We're got the conclusion, but everything is kind of we're
Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow everything will
every
be
dot
answered.
is like clicking.
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.
Act 1? Just Act 1? Màn ác tiết, what the fuck? Châu mới dân vậy mấy gà xanh thơ dư nè nè ta. Đây là file món đây bao nhiêu này. Riêng đây dư nè là adventure mà này ai. Là sao file món ấy gái dưới tăng bị đa máu nè nôm dương đá ta nơi không thể vạt thì hay lỡ tại nhiều bọn Genshin Impact ấy cứ vía bị dọn thể vạt tiệt ai miền này to tao một tiệt tròn thể vạt nó gọi là này tối mùi còn thì chapter mùi chẳng tới bầu về choppy thì vạt nó hả để đòi giờ là lên đòi này là chân tới chapter đi chờ năng muối cứ bài chop thì vạt chapter chẳng cứ hai món trên identity trên true identity trên ai tới vài món tư ta đòi vài món nó vui dướng gồ dướng cứ hộ tập bòn bộ dương này ai vậy mấy bông bộ dương ấy dương nôm hai món đa mấy bông bộ như mình cả hay mùi tiết Genshin anime đây cái mùi vào màn trên nam mùa nó cứ ai đang tránh p đây dưới chop chapter thử vạn đằng dương lên chop thử vạn nó là ai cái trình Genshin anime nông máu này và thay vì chapter thử vạn đang chop bắt tới vì chơi ai to từ một tiết đang dương explore world ai thay một tiết khi lên bên Paimon này nãy giờ toàn đằng người ta còn là dương lè lớn ấy cái end game motivate đi trên bộ share trên heavenly principle trên em hỏi dương nơi tập plan bot sẽ đi xá ta chọn thơ mấy mùi heavenly principle ấy cứ game chapter từ bán nó cái chọn mà Chẳng chỉ chọc thì bạn muối rồi ta gây to tí ta nó dạ toàn đằng này ta khỏi sao từ bạn cái chuyện trò đấy hay chờ này như một hai món hai gì chặt từ đây một hai món là lấy cái bông biển giờ nơi tầm này ai thợ ấy được luôn ai nào. Rest the following day. Chẳng bật chapter thì bạn chắc cứ chọn đây năm khỏi là normally Marie generation cứ bị last match năm Genshin á. So have to wait and see. Go to Sagereseter no? Là đại cái lại bo cái sông đại chơi Selwyn cái lại Odette sông đại vậy. Nếu thà phía rồi chọn Odette poster like everything is in place. It makes sense now.
Ooh, it sure is cold today.
Tao mà khơi giờ
How
đi
much
xa
heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
About all that term poster is kinda interesting đấy.
I think I'll leave the Lelek question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like Tonya? Let's see. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh no. It looks like the show's starting.
Traveler ban voice line chờ là sao giờ nó mới phai món đó. Nếu mà Odette rom ballet rock băm ballet rock băm nó ở sân miên sạch chỉ ở kia thế đấy rom bịch chênh sạch chỉ behind be sạch chỉ bỏ tụ on mùi nâng gì chứ mấy giá đây nhưng mà đại đần anh ấy mid tier đây nằm mơ tàu mà này what the fuck nó đẩy plơn điện vậy nghĩa
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
ចេញលយហ្មងបានមើលបានលេហើយបានថតជុំគ្នាមួយគេទេនេះ
Are you quite satisfied,
Things
Mr.
about
Energy
that one.
Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if
មួយ
we're
នេះ
too
វាតាម
rigid in
ខ្ល
our
មមើល
thinking, Sarge.
មីធីនេះមែន
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead?
Who's that?
That has to be her.
Oh,
She's
Tonya.
the only person in the audience around Tonia's age.
ចាំមិនសក់សក់ឲ្យ
Excuse me?
ពណ៌សក់ឲ្យភ្នែក
Are
ដូ
you
ចគ្នា
Tonya?
ដោយមួយឆា
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather?
ព្យុះទឹកកកខ្លាំងណាស់បើ
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing.
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone...
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next time you're over this way.
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
អានេះវា valuable asset អញ្ចឹងទៅត្រូវការពារវា ខ្លមមើលវាដិតដល់
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelek.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? A fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. Sorry.
Huh. Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick...
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened?
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver. Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now.
Yeah.
They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now, barring exceptional circumstances.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me and Vodenitsa. Odette's still backstage. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Huh. Is weather like this rare even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the
នេះ
city.
នេះអាព្យុះ
Actually,
វាយ
I
យើង
take that
ប៉ើង
back.
ហើយ
I don't think I've seen
បែក
snow
យើង
this
មួយ
bad even
ហើ
in
យ
the
មក
wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here while you're an audience member. I should be the one to do it. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there.
Bro got a doggy hat.
He's back! He's back! How was it? What's going on out there?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something in the air gives me the creeps. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard! So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible! Luckily, it was just a dress rehearsal today, so there aren't too many people here. On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least, I assume that's alright? Odette?
Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances. My thanks to the theater for being so accommodating.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, your majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop.
This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the 2 top stars in all of Snezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up.
Close the
Close
door,
the door
man.
and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer.
Tới backstage á. I mean, like they could stay in the. Who the fuck are those people, man? I only care for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Realistically, I only care for these 2. Yeah, might be child sister too, but whatever. Okay. Check the group photo in inventory, detail on everyone. Trả cái thôm ló về.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever.
I don't?
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious million more coat. They'll do whatever you ask to avoid that fate.
Unexpected, but funny nonetheless.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do odd jobs for rich folks.
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant.
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard your name before?
Excuse me? Is that a joke? Or are you being serious?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. He's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I've ever heard of.
Entrepreneur. Anyone down here? No one here. Oh,
How are you feeling, Tonya?
Tonya.
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take medicine for it. My brother usually helps to get it.
Child must take great care of his sister. He's never mentioned Tonya's illness, though.
You know, I actually find this whole thing kind of exciting. Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters. It's pretty cool, don't you think? Kids, huh? My brother always says I'm not mature enough. Maybe he's right. I'm fine, really. Just got a little overexcited.
Look after yourself. Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
សំខាន់នៅក្រៅព្យុះណាតែមិនមានពលឺប្រែទឹកនេះចាំងចូលមកនេះអត់យល់ទេ
My husband has major trust issues.
Rich businessman.
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to. Hello?
Okay, ở đây tao bay nhẹ tiếp.
I have to say...
I could... Do you think we were coming on too strong? Odette's ignoring us again.
What about you? What did you think of today's performance?
I think it could be more expressive.
Oh my, that's Very flattering of you. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lilac. I need a chance to speak with her in private.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
I mean, like, he the one that developed Project Studio. So, but since you owe that, but she spy imposter man. Pi nắng here again, can
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a harbinger level.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. Why, hello, ma'am. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table back at Podvorye restaurant. Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment. I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety.
Miss Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps... What? You mean I really did do something to upset her? Well, thanks for letting me know.
So, Mr. Mitya, is your work related to Project Stuja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to... Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to end here.
Okay. So his identity is a secret. Losha.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming today. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today. Have you spoken to him at all?
I'm with you. This could be just the chance we need.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja. What exactly happened before the most recent Vetcha vote?
For the Rokad, or just out of personal interest?
There are other people around. Don't say the R word.
Don't say the R word, okay?
How's it looking, Alosha?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was during the day. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage. Or on the stage if you'd prefer. We won't mind.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Not bad. Clear selling point at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the rooms.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though, I feel like I won't sleep very well without Paimon here. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding me up. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet? At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still, I should try and get back first thing tomorrow morning.
ខ្លាច Paimon បារម្ភខ្លាចអី
Hey,
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us. Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you've forgotten. Come on, let's keep heading up.
What?
Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive.
What's
Don't
that?
listen to...
Here we go again. The endless march towards survival.
What's going on? That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising. Guess I should...
The Black Mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the Black Mist leads to everlasting peace.
Là bây giờ đã
If you
chơi như
ask
vậy.
me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left. The only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the Black Mist means certain death.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run. What's the point of it all?
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep fighting. It will be worth it.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It keeps going up forever. There was never any hope to begin with.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist over this perpetual torture.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just too weary.
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say, I hope that you both find peace within the Black Mist.
So we gonna give up on them?
Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid bare. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then...
It's also matching up Black Mist on it.
Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. For now. This happens from time to time. But it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. No one knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of... Huh?
Bro, what happened, man?
What is it, Tuganov? What's wrong?
Is it morning already? What's all the commotion? Sounds like
Yeah.
it's coming from next door. I should check and see what...
The fuck has happened, man? Bên đã nổ, man. Bên đãធ្លាក់ចូល Black Mist មកនោះ man.
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
Two people are lying down in a room, completely still as if they are still asleep.
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is
Ngon bắn này.
that somehow I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have some kind of premonition?
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the buildup of toxins.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away. This is so sudden.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely low.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on. I had no idea they were...
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this way, I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from...
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding, or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll follow up with a full search of my own shortly. Go. There is no time to waste.
I have my suspicion.
Nothing backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity. We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living
Person
person
chỉ
could hide.
là black makeup vì còn chỉ make up thing ấy. Vì là mình nghe đã thừa nào mang cái audit.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and...
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid...
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it?
We can't quite jump to that
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place and the killer is among us.
Among Us.
Such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable.
Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean entry and exit. It
So,
all adds up. I know what this is.
nè,
It's obvious now that I think about it.
lắm.
What is? What have you figured out?
So the objective គឺមានតែ I mean បើសិនជា audit គឺជា imposter គឺប្រហែលជា audit សម្រាប់ពីហ្នឹងសារពីហ្នឹងវាមាន set vote នៅក្នុង Avenger នោះណាហើយពីហ្នឹង vote ករណី Studia ហើយឥឡូវ audit សម្រាប់ពីហ្នឹងហើយគេពីហ្នឹងអស់ vote ទេ
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it? Lelik.
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuja. Always works alone.
Yeah.
I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lelik?
Wait. Isn't he like vote again but take Stuja too?
What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Snezhnograd Vecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuja cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
Oh.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes.
I got another suspicion. But I don't
Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik?
But then you meant all that.
I'll do whatever you want. Just stop playing these mind games.
Was this really Lelek's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then again, How well do I really know her?
Wait.
I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelek's true identity. But if I reveal it now, I'll be putting Odette in the line of fire.
Yeah.
What should I do?
បើសិនជាយើង press all that ឥឡូវហ្នឹងគឺ the real imposter ប្រកាសជា got upper hand ឯង Before we didn't get any evidence យកមាន evidence យកមានអីសម្រាប់ចោទ Odette សោះយើង conclusion ឯង assumption ឯង so if we come to បើសិនជាយើងទៅ press again Odette យកហ្មងគឺ the real culprit we gonna fucking have.
I don't think it's likely that Lelek killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before, and his name has never come up in connection with any murder cases. Besides, even if Lelek did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all.
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelek might be Odette, but her assessment is pretty much identical to mine.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelek's defense?
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer is?
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelek is right here among us. I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
So that
Whoa.
how they gonna
Take a
play
beat.
it?
We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lelek is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone.
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity. Oh, phew.
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot members.
Did Vanessa Aloysia watch Giant under the in your video on current situation?
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this make me look? Lelek has been right under my nose this whole time, and I didn't notice a thing.
Actually, it's exactly
I
what
mean,
you'd
like the
expect.
game
Sometimes
try to make
hiding in
us
plain sight is the best strategy.
believe that Odette is the imposter,
And now that you mention it,
but I don't think
think
so.
about it, the more sense it seems to make. It all adds up. What are we up to now?
But it's too good to be true.
2, 3, 4.
If it's well that simple.
Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelek. It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone be Lelek. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed to Project Stuja?
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here?
She doesn't seem like the type to kill innocent people.
Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how much she's willing to tell us.
So we chose to show our card.
Now's our chance. Odette's alone. Let's go. Hey, Odette.
What is it, you guys?
Shh.
So
Keep your voice down.
why it's like that?
Need to talk.
Like why they're so dumb? So they choose to go confront Odette. I mean, like, why Odette have to confess about being a Lelek if Odette is Lelek? And មិនបានពួកហ្នឹងអត់តាមខ្លមមក Odette សិនតាមលើថាមើលសកម្មភាព Odette អីចឹង
So, you're Lelek, aren't you? Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those two people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but she kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelek is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll...
Alright. Yes, I'm Lelek. And no, I'm not the murderer.
Oh, why they so easy man?
And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
You're gonna reveal that you're...
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion?
Mr. Valeri!
What?!
Why I have to call?
So... Odette is...
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelek. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer, which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed two people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to do something about—
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik, and that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends far beyond the art of dance.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in everything?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette?
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my—
Hello, giờ mình bị bê sân chia xây cái miss xây cái nấu bia còn lại chia cả mà phần máy bây giờ cái vấn đề cả bật tế chẳng
Have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits, so now I've been—
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment,
I still
it looks
think
more
that
like you're my bodyguard.
two people working in here to do all that stuff. If the as a miss a traveler yourself women but
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this.
Tonya is still in my target though. I mean like she a child sister, but the game tend to weigh the radar away from her. I mean like the game show that she's sick, show that she like soft, she like a bit scared and such.
Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe. But, you're gonna miss us.
The thing is that
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it.
we don't know about this one,
You promised to never
and this
change your
one.
mind about being my fan.
It could be 4 of them. I mean like for Aloysia. I mean like Aloysia wasn't you conclusion to Aloysia thì đã slap câu bia thời đó sao Aloysia skill hunting cứ cái chẳng qua ta slap về chẳng về admin ở khơi trace ở cái tất còn này lư bạn này vậy xạ sọp nó cứ nơi xa chơi mà người admin đây để tha rồi mới tới cứ murderer network còn dân đó biết là đi phần non vậy để
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over—
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey, mind your own business.
nipple stuff.
Don't be nervous, Miss Wateramp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Now this motherfucker seems to relax.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expressions. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song, and yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret. Anyway, we...
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secret.
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. It's a guard against the killer.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble.
But this motherfucker is so stupid, man. Oh my god, how can he be entrepreneur? Motherfucker too stupid. Oh my god, man.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight.
Use your brain,
the
you
Traveler,
stupid.
Odette, and I will
Don't use
form
your
the night
emotion.
watch. We'll sleep in
This
shifts,
is life and
but
death
2 of us
situation, and
must be
you,
awake at any given time.
and you acting like that, bro? Are you for real?
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the night watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners over... That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no... In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples...
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring? Oh, not going to argue with that.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up.
Nên chạy bạnគ្នា.
I came here to get information from her in the first place.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too.
Okay.
I just had a simple question for you, really. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any last words? Or I see. Well, that was all. I have no other question. No.
Then...
She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her.
Mới Rosaline nâng Rồi cái thơ dây máu lời lại dây máu tụ ăn ớt cô trôi chật.
Oh, she told you. I guess that makes
Tôi
sense.
argument là arrogant.
I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms.
She's full of herself and such. Still, she didn't know the full detail.
Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing.
But that
Not that
be
it's any huge
cousin
secret to me, though.
mùi
child,
Purgatui, mùi Columbina,
for the
mùi
sake of my mother and
Centrone, mùi Alakino.
I
She
trained
seemed
under
like
Rosaline.
so
It was
chill
extremely grueling,
and not
and it didn't exactly come naturally to me.
like that.
All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice.
She's like a
I was a
mother.
newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Every day was a struggle against the cold. After enduring all that, surely any child who had to experience. So I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. It was my way of telling her the Fatui's demands and your. I think she probably blamed my poor performance and training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not she was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face. Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackle. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clear. I still want. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event?
She said that Alkino gave Rosalind some away.
Huh. No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case...
I think you should go and see the name.
Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy.
So that's what they're doing at the experiment design bureau.
Yes. The weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return.
Huh? What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I feel like I'm being watched?
Oh, why she stood there like that?
Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I thought she was asleep. Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Yeah, we're back in here again.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit?
How long have we been walking for?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing
Yeah,
above
that
our heads.
motherfucking
What was it called again?
mùi sậy ghê mùi chia dân ghê nó
person who
mùi nó
named it
nghe.
was swallowed by the black mist.
That guy
Whatever it's called.
is a
Ever since
culprit.
we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk,
Đây đi của
getting
bê xa chứ
closer.
bị lắm luôn á.
Well, we've come this far. You never know. Maybe we're almost there?
Của phê.
Come on, enough moping. Let's go. The black mist.
Vì nè thơ ca nơi đi là nghề
Monsters! Watch out!
nơi theater là nghề.
I lost count of how many times we run into them. Careful.
Vô, bọn đi chêm tán đấy vậy. Đây là cần đó. Oh, big damage.
Shut up. Run faster.
Here they come again. Get ready.
You wanna fight? Let's go. Gotcha. What the?
Đây lẹ tao muối.
monsters ahead of us, the black mist behind us. It feels like there's no escape.
Shut up. Run faster.
Up lẹ tiếp. Are we done here?
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
Vì từ đây.
Otherwise, why would it always be?
We know you.
Thank you. You're going to continue.
Ngọt bán hết pin mình.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You're the first person to make...
But how did she get here?
I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. It's hunger. This is a good opportunity. Congratulations on reaching this... Huh?
situation is identical to that of the 2 casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else. So
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not know?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on—
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. So I just laid there with my— I heard the Traveler and Lelek chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying—
Then, what could possibly be causing this? Once was bad enough. I can't believe I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd end on this stage of all.
4 victims in just 2 days. And I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watchers
Whoever
are useless
can
endeavor
make
for a
the snow
start.
happen is the
Lelek
one that.
must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly, she used some poison that can't be detected
Oh
on the
my
corpse.
god, man, that guy
Here we go
again.
again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelek's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on
That
with your killing
motherfucker is
spree?
I know how.
Hideous thought.
ว่าทำโปสเตอร์ปีนี้แปะได้ไงเซิร์นโปสเตอร์นี่คือสบาย
Dare you?
มุ้ยคือสบายแม่นแน่
That's enough. Yesterday, you named Lelek as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelek might have had a motive then, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would—
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Lelek is well known to be a—
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on night watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military
my
types
God,
are
man.
always
Vote the
cool enough for
motherfucker
criminals
out.
to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes. Then, don't you—
Sir, but you were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinion. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Then we woke up in the morning and he's turning against one another. Is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little girl.
Keep telling this motherfucker that, man.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya?
I mean, like,
You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
it could be the Bayside that made our dream and make us dream and make the snow, lock everyone here and start killing everyone.
I've been
one
mulling
by
something
one.
over.
This time
All the
it's
leads
2
we
by
have so
2.
far concern things from outside the theater.
Yeah.
Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event.
Yeah.
It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
conclusion nông lư á cứ bà sinh chia về mẹ
but doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you is
supernatural
supposed to make.
when bà sinh chia traveler yourself nó vì unreal.
I got into
it seems
scientific
like
research because of my insatiable curiosity. But
it's
if
real.
the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind shifting my curiosity toward the paranormal instead.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first...
Haunted? Yeah, I think...
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater?
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind?
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply.
Ui, vậy traveler nó khơi nhà rồi ai yourself nữa vậy? Hết chưa? Why we just like forgot about that?
Traveler.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be an investigation report.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once,
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was... Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the...
Leyline problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. It's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these 2 murder cases.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely outside of my wheelhouse. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet.
That is near.
How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by... Death is near. But if so, how did the...
Maybe things are more complicated.
No, wait a second. If we take the report definitively concludes that the haunting... The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death?
I mean, like... What the... Like, goal? What the motive of this event that Genshin try to show us? What the motive? Wait. Tập mới xin. Nhưng mà hai chị đi ăn hai stop thầm lăng dân á. Oh my god, that's fucking long, man.
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, Traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use it. He mostly used it to record any... Yes.
This should confirm...
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked...
Unlikely. Kulish, not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal.
We no longer have our tickets with us.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people... Still...
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
Tonya? Did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we supposed to be looking for something paranormal? I think I'd prefer teaming up with you than looking around on my own.
This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall we read it together?
Well, it doesn't look scary or anything, so I guess it should be fine. Alright, let's read it together.
You once told me I would understand someday, but even now I still don't. I don't believe anyone should be forced to abandon their homeland because of a change in power. She never considered the feeling of Earth were ignoble. Oh. What a aim. Every inch of this land reflects memory of my childhood. If I close my eye, I can still hear everyone's song echoing everywhere. I will not forgive those who drove us away, and I miss you very much, Mother. Ah. I often find myself missing that dress with the tassel, the heavy background, and the first rays of sunlight that would stream into the manor each morning. But it is alright now. If I narrow my eye just a little, the light seeping through a cracked backstage feels just like the one in our manor. I know that life is gone forever and I can't miss it all I want. But I also fear that what I have here now is no less than what I lost. The fantastical sets designed by the prop master, the many fans who come all this way just to see me, and the quiet dancing girl who doesn't like talking much. These are all mine. I won't lose any of it again, never, absolutely never. I joined a rather remarkable organization, though I can't tell you its name. Whatever that great figure intends to do this time, there should always be someone looking out for the misfortunes of ordinary people. That's what our organization exists for. Even now, I still don't understand her. Why is that those in power always seem this way? They clearly have the ability to bring greater happiness. Some say she has her own difficulties, but what could possibly trouble someone so seemingly omnipotent? Never mind, I should just focus on what I can do. I suppose you will all hear about our organization sooner or later. Its name is, never mind, I will leave it a mystery for now.
This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this.
Not feeling
I
good.
feel like it sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of
We're sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's scouring the place for clues. Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room.
If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so let's go with your idea for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. So, that's about everything we've discussed. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've looked, if the killer had simply bought a ticket, I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time.
What about the note found in the investigation report?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen.
So, it has nothing to...
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket? Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately, yes? There's no way I'm the...
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling around on the floor at the entrance.
I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way.
The problem is
Probably a stupid question, but...
serious
might as well
stuff,
ask.
they all dead.
Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked? Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
So,
Especially
yeah.
after the unprompted Lelic reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
I mean, like... the most likely person who entered without ticket is... Cái này là bọn trái rất là miền này. Đó là trái plan mà đang mới dưỡng như mình làm mùi nè. Flexible in the job he take, he often work was national outgoing. He has endless supply, mercenary joke. I think
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem that suspicious?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I
Oh
never
my
dreamed of
god,
doing
man.
something like sneaking to the theater
Just
without a
tell
ticket.
us, man.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so no one can say for sure that you are who you claim to
Bro,
be.
just try to get along to everyone.
Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that last time I checked. There were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me a little bit more about you? And I suppose it's also kind of a way.
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. That was just the bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned.
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is. Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human...
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking about?
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times.
Yes? You know, the Civil War. Last time I checked,
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
Well, where the fuck this guy come from?
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
If motherfucker come from the past?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is...
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
อันนี้ก็ยังรอคอมเมนต์เอาไว้ According to the theater duty log, there seems to have been an extra person at the scene. A letter wrote to a family bundle was sent. A clue that has yet to surface. Investigation report into alleged theater hunting. อันนี้it's not. According to the house.
That seems to be the case. Shram's the extra person, but there's no way of...
Yeah. Trước map pin này hề, đấy nào, ở đó đây.
No.
Yep.
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can eat Mr. Shram's state, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram...
Yeah. That motherfucker is a ghost. The true nature of it is the soul wandering the theater. The killer who hide in the theater ahead of time. Just an honorary ticket dodger. I personally...
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line... Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count...
That is near in this case, that most likely refer to someone who died long ago. I don't think one of the recent victims.
The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death is near. That...
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra person. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased. People who died a long time ago.
Someone who died a long time.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past...
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless.
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls? Let's say that the ley lines...
Huh. Why does this analogy...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines, it does make...
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the circumstances.
All right, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed any...
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after. I'm trying to remember and... even... I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So I forced myself to... Well, my lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out. Performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, but I was going to do whatever it took to buy her a chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as her bodyguard, and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig...
It's just... Even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. How could I be dead? I'm sorry, everyone. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then
But, Mr. Shram...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place, and take all this death with me. Go out on my own terms.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago.
No, I'm speaking on a...
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Water Imp.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very...
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. That's... good. I could hardly expect her to stay single just because of what happened to me, right? As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now, I can go without regret. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Shram was already dead, but I still feel so sad.
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people had their lives turned upside down. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other at herself instead. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since. Things have been fairly harmonious for the past few centuries.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up.
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are very few who truly do.
All this time, I had no idea.
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.
Damn.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still raging on.
Quest progressive. Trời rung lên đây ngay vậy. Không biết ở đây sao thế anh nhé.
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm stops. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. To think he was dead this whole time.
Knock, knock.
Oh, that?
Hmm? Knock, knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to knock.
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelik. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there something I can help with?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start. But when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to
You
me.
just came in
Yes,
saying me.
I'm extremely...
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened to the Senora against...
Actually, there's something else as well. So I thought I'd come and ask you. It's about Mitia. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead.
What?
As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitia, I immediately started planning. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitia seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitia that first night here.
Yeah.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock.
Bro
To
just
me, it was a
smiling.
miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murder started, that is, until Mitia himself said there must be a dead person among us.
And yet... you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitia out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelik.
Exactly. I thought there could be something I was... Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost. And we knew there was only one extra person. So we thought he had...
But now it seems like there's enough... I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was...
So, what do you think?
Let me confirm one thing first.
Around a week ago.
A week ago? That's earlier. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be. But Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley line issue affecting the theater shouldn't reach that.
You're right. I guess he does.
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Sure.
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right.
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
Why bro just jump scares like that?
Well, I was just making the rounds.
Okay, I think this is it for today. เรายังสำหรับทำนั้นสิน It seems like we stream like 2.5 hours and okay, bye bye all guys. ชอบยังบาก ending ไว้สิน Bye bye.